Hey, drama fans. So this is part 7. I think it's part 7 to Vegas ripping Tuna's codcast. The son of Tuna. Oh, that's right. Tuna's son gets involved.
Take this little tuna fish, I do not fit. Life's a call and make y'all it. I just ate this
That's a
little
real
tuna
catchy song,
fish,
that.
I do not fit. Life's a call and make y'all it. I just ate this little tuna fish.
Welcome to another episode of Tanya's Talk, and thank you for listening.
God, that voice. Just imagine waking up every day and having to talk to her. God, and she needs a new microphone.
Oh, hell no!
Today I have a very special guest talking on my podcast,
Really?
and that is my 21-year-old son, Jack. Say hello, Jack.
Why are you the way that you are?
Not even 1 minute in, and already a great start. Your son is not a special guest. Timmy Mallet would be a special
I
guest.
know.
Even CLA would be classed as a special guest. It's gonna be a long breakdown if you started this well already, Tuna.
Hello.
So let's just jump straight in and start off right at the beginning. When I came and told you I'm speaking to someone on TikTok called Mr. UK TikTok Official, what went through your mind?
You have my undivided attention.
Well, first, there was the initial reaction of you're speaking to someone. It's new, it's different. Then there's obviously the thought of,
Right, what's with the long pauses between words? God, there's an hour and 14 minutes of it and I'm bored already.
I knew who he was already.
You weak-minded fool!
I already knew. I've seen him on my TikTok as I'm scrolling through my For You page. Briefly seen him. So it's been a bit of a feeling where, like...
Sorry to interrupt. So had you seen all the comments?
No, I don't look at all that stuff. Like, I'm just more of a casual viewer. I make my own opinion. I don't look at comments. I never really do that.
Are you stupid or something?
But I would say it's not like I had any bad feeling towards it or anything like that. I met Kevin. I would describe him as a confident person.
Really?
This is where you made a big mistake. You're confusing confidence with arrogance, a sense of self-entitlement, and narcissistic controlling.
Not arrogant, just felt comfortable when he came here and met
Why does it sound like he's reading from a script she wrote?
everyone. It's the best way I'd describe it.
What was that word you used? Official TikTok drama. When someone basically uses you for a home.
Yeah, he sounds straight in. Some
I
people
forgot what
see
they call
that
it.
as arrogance, whereas me and you, we...
Hobophilia. The purpose of being in a relationship with somebody just to have a roof over your head and 3 square meals. That's what I think Kevin's got. Or what I think Kevin is.
We was happy with that because it showed that he was quite comfortable around us, didn't it?
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was fair enough. Like, yeah.
So you'd say there is like a difference between Mr. UK TikTok and Kevin?
Yeah, Mr. UK TikTok Official and Kevin. Mr. UK TikTok Official is a character.
No, he's not.
Just like anyone is a character online.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
And honest to God, my reaction in every video you see and everything I tell you is 100% me. Official TikTok drama is not a character. That's initially why I wanted to change the YouTube channel's name.
Okay, so you just contradicted your last codcast. Going to show you a clip from her previous codcast, plus a screenshot from his YouTube 13 years ago. To show Nitty was the same. Mr. UK TikTok is not a character. It is the real Nitty.
Okay, so in response to that, let me just quickly pull it apart.
How about new?
The man was completely factual in that she talks about people with poor mental health,
Pot, kettle, black.
but she didn't want to take accountability.
Nor do you.
She just admitted it with the defence of like he might be affected by her views, how she's getting views, and refers to those same people as characters, but they're not characters, they're real people. So you'd say there is like a difference between Mr.
I
UK
love it,
TikTok
mate.
and Kevin.
I love it when we catch both of these out on a lie. It's really good. It's really funny.
Yeah, Mr. UK TikTok official and Kevin. Mr. UK TikTok official is a character.
No, it's not.
So you have just proved like your unwashed, nitty, button mushroom-sized, skip-flavored penis of a boyfriend who shouldn't be staying at yours. That you can't remember your own lies, Tuna Amber Heard.
You post a picture on Instagram. You're posing in every different angle, using all the different kind of filters. You're a character, it's not really you. Any social media,
No.
You're a character. And if anyone doesn't know that and can't recognise that someone's a character and they're obviously clearly different in person...
Think you need to explain that to Mummy Fish, as she doesn't understand.
I don't think he's a character. What you see in front of that live stream is 100% how he acts.
Some
off
viewers
camera.
may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Then that's your fault, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so it's good to hear that you don't judge people. So you didn't really have an issue with Mr. UK TikTok and you thought Kevin was okay. But what about, I guess we do fight a lot because of the trolling, and does that change your opinion of him? How do you feel about the fights that we have?
In the beginning, when it wasn't even necessarily about the fights that you have, because, I mean, first of all, to use the word fights as well, it's like, what is a fight? Do you know what I mean? A fight is a boxing match. So
No.
you're having a boxing match. It's
A fight is a fight. Doesn't just have to be a boxing match.
arguments, right?
That's not how it works.
Exactly.
That's not how any of this works.
Jack, I know you're young, but you're obviously very neat how you think a couple argue. You tell me this next clip is a normal argument. It's not, it's a fight. Fights don't have to be physical.
Exactly.
I wake up like this. You don't see that I'm gonna wake up like this. How sad! I went to sleep like it too. How sad!
Please do. I will attend the localist police station that I'm nearest to, and I will have this man, I will get an injunction. Please
Really?
help me, because the
That
police
never
are
happened.
useless.
No,
Sorry.
my daughter is telling me she's scared to be in her home. She's scared to sleep in her bed.
I wonder why. That never got clarified, did it?
You don't know what she's telling me, because it's not your business what she's telling me. She's my daughter. You don't know what she's telling me.
How can you call? How can you say she's your daughter? The way you were gonna kick her out and go tell her to go stay at a hotel instead of kicking him out.
Take your pint out. Bottom is rubbish. The damage is too Can I wake up, Jack?
You've got to go to her. He's not going to do anything. Can you say?
No, how many times you tell me that? I'm still gonna be scared.
The fact that she had to get a hotel room.
Can I stay there tonight?
You can get a taxi to a hotel.
Okay.
Get his wallet.
I hope you see this, Jack. But I doubt you will, as you're controlled by your mother.
Exactly.
What you have just seen is a mix of a fight and worse. The man who nearly made your sister Ellie stay in a hotel just so he could sleep. That's not normal.
So for me,
Not.
it's more, I could either step into a situation where it's not really, it's my business to a degree if someone's being completely mistreated, but it wasn't really like that. It's arguments.
Really?
What the is wrong with you?
What's wrong with the whole bloodline?
A lot of it instigated by the trolling and poor mental health.
Exactly.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
None of them have an irrational
Everyone in
thought.
this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Typical Tuna Amber Heard fish.
Nah.
Everyone else is to blame. It's the trolls, it's the mental health
Yeah.
that every troll and hater supposedly has.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And it's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, board-certified criminal defense lawyer.
All right. Your lies have been exposed to the world multiple times, right?
I haven't lied about anything I've been here to say.
You sat here and told, but your own witness, your former best friend, Rocky Pennington, she didn't corroborate that, did she?
I'm not quite sure what part of that night she saw.
So what she's doing there is she's bringing up each witness that talks about things that Amber talked about or testified to. And so the idea is, if none of these people are corroborating anything you're saying, then what you're saying is 100% bullshit.
Yeah.
Boom. Roasted.
Seeing the similarities, let's keep going.
So you're accusing Mr. Knight of testifying and committing perjury?
I'm not accusing anyone. I just don't recognize that man.
You heard me?
Probably because she was on mushrooms. So I don't think that helps Amber, the Johnny Depp show. I mean, it shows her contempt for Johnny Depp. And if you're trying to portray yourself as a victim of domestic abuse, you really want to limit if I'm her lawyers, you don't want her to show her contempt.
Now, this is exactly like you, Tuna, when you're targeting myself, Tyrone, and the others you call trolls.
Now, the video of Mr. Depp beating up some kitchen cabinets, you admit that you took that video, correct?
Yes, I did.
Right. And you acknowledge that the video was released online the day before you were deposed in connection with your divorce from Mr. Depp in August of 2016, right?
I believe it was, yes.
But you testified that you had absolutely nothing to do with the video's release, right?
Absolutely not.
And you testified that you learned about it when you landed after flying into LA. Do you remember that testimony?
Upon touchdown is when I was alerted to the video's existence.
You heard
It is bullshit. It's on her phone. Honestly, how else would it? And now TMZ, you try to. If I tried to use that in one of my reactions, I would get a copyright claim by TMZ. Well, how did they get the copyright to that if she didn't give it to him?
Heard Mr. Tremaine testify about this video as well yesterday, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And you heard Mr. Tremaine testify that TMZ received the cabinet video the same day you landed at LAX. Yes?
I don't know if that's what his testimony was. I'm sorry.
You heard Mr. Tremaine testify that the cabinet video was posted. Yes?
That's what I heard him say.
And that this could only have been possible if the video was received directly from the source. Yes?
I heard him say that. I don't know if that's true or if that's possible.
And here's the thing. She's stretching. It's incredulous to watch her stretch the truth like this. And the more she goes down this road and the more she stretches the truth, the more she hurts herself. But this is an incredibly effective cross-examination.
Possible. Because it didn't come from me. I was flying.
Tremaine
So
testified.
I know that's incorrect, is what I mean to say.
Another liar on the stand?
I just know that
Everybody's lying but me. Can't you see that?
It's like Tuna and Amber are sisters. They
It
say
is.
one thing, deny they are saying that despite the video evidence, then double down on the lie. It's why I've said for 2 years Tuna suffers narcissistic and histrionic personality disorder.
And everybody's full of shit except for me. Can't you see that? No. Watch this next part. I just love this. This is where a liar gets trapped in her lies.
I wanted to leak information. I could have done it in a more effective way, a lot sooner and a lot more.
Because
I was living a mountain of this evidence. If I wanted to leak it, I could have done a lot more with it.
I thought you testified earlier in this trial that you didn't know how to leak things.
I don't.
Okay, she's so full of shit. If I wanted to do it, I could do it so much easier, but I don't know how to do it. I mean, when you're dealing with somebody who just lies and lies and lies and lies,
just like Kevin and Tuna,
they don't know what's true and what's not.
Official TikTok drama.
Wow.
Tell me that last bit doesn't perfectly describe Tuna.
It does.
Nitty every time we catch them on a lie.
I've said that before, it does. And like I've said, I love it when we catch them out. When we catch them both out on a lie, it's so funny. Especially when we've got the evidence to back it up.
Disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
So that's what I was going to say when, in the beginning, I was hearing what people had to say about it, things on TikTok, and it just made me think, well, what would other people do in my situation? What am I supposed to do?
Confront your mother.
I guess I'll see if I can get my old gig back selling butt scratchers at the ballpark. Butt scratcher! Butt scratcher! Here's your butt scratcher here! Butt scratcher! Butt scratcher! Butt scratcher! Butt scratcher! Butt scratcher! Butt scratcher! Butt scratcher!
Most children would be saying to mom, this is a wrong end. Stranger danger. There are so
Exactly.
many people against him, something isn't right. But obviously not you.
I mean, Jack sees that he would see him on the FYP and whatnot, videos of him. Straight away you would go to the comments. Especially as soon as seen as most videos have on what a wrong in this man is or what a scammer, you know, just planted straight across the top in writing or even in the description. So you would go to the comments and you would raise your voice, you would raise your concern against him.
So yeah, so Kevin, like I say, isn't Mr. UK TikTok official, so don't imagine you arguing with Mr. UK TikTok official.
Right, he is the same.
You will bring...
Didn't Tanya once say that they went out for something to eat and Kevin tried to state he was famous on TikTok to try and get the meal either for free or a discount? I do remember her saying that, and they weren't live streaming. They weren't live streaming or anything. So it's not a character. He actually thinks in his own delusional mind that he's famous.
Nitty and tuna.
It's Kevin, right? So at first, in the beginning, I was angry and I didn't know how to feel, didn't know what to think, didn't know what to do.
You threatened to knock him out.
And I viewed it from a perspective of, if I viewed this not being your son, well, I would just see it as a relationship that just so happens to be open to the point where other people can judge it, and that's all it is. It's people judging it.
So dumb.
Definitely.
You are really dumb.
You can tell Jack's
We
her
are
son.
not judging, we are telling facts.
Okay, short and sweet. That's basically summed up what you think of Kevin.
Really.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
So we're gonna kind of go on to talking about the actual trolling now. But before we do, we have a lot of police come for welfare checks.
Yep.
Okay, people, move along. There's nothing to see here.
How does that affect you?
Well, first, the main thing is how embarrassing it is to be on our street. I know we have nosy neighbours.
My name is Michael Payne, and I am a nosy neighbour. Now,
Tuna Tanya.
who lives diagonally opposite but one, has an inordinate amount of gentlemen callers. The other day, I couldn't help but notice that she went out without double locking her front door. For me, a 3-lever latch is the work of an instant. I use a Safeway's added bonus card. Do you see? A, B, C. Added bonus card. It's child's play. But I digress. Having gained access to her home, I was able to secrete myself under the floorboards in her bedroom. And by means of a small drilled hole, I had the perfect opportunity to witness her antics over the next 4 days. Do you know what I deduced from my observations? I deduced that she'd gone on bloody holiday. I was very glad to get home. Not a lot of people know how bloody glad I was to get home, but I bloody well was. Bloody glad. Oh, yes.
I know it's even possible. I know it's possible that they could be listening. Do you know what I mean? That's to the point this is at. And the fact they're so nosy, and the fact people are going to want to know what's going on, when they say a big police car outside, or multiple police cars outside, for a welfare check, which has been the same welfare check going on for God knows how long, nearly 2 years.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Firstly, it will be one cop car, and it's not that big. The Met don't drive in Hummers.
Exactly.
Secondly, you will only get multiple cars if Tuna is causing issues, and they may need to go hands-on. So
Which
not
she
because
normally
of
does.
welfare, but because your mom is a crazy bitch.
It's just embarrassing. What are people thinking? What do people think of me when I go outside?
What's the reason the police are here? Because they wouldn't know. Would they?
Exactly. All people would assume is we live in London. There's a lot of crime. There's a lot of drug dealing. There's a lot of everything.
You can see Tuna has influenced Jack. You're on
Definitely.
the outskirts of Bromley. You're not in Tottenham or Brixton. Plus, every city has an issue like that. Moss Side in Manchester. Govan in Glasgow. This is why Tuna is dangerous to her own children.
Somebody could have that assumption, and that's all because people want to call fake
Sooner or later, her kids are going to resent her.
welfare checks.
So it's not just affecting me.
It's affecting everyone. It's affecting everyone. But when it comes to the police anyway, first of all, the welfare checks are ridiculous because the people calling the welfare checks are the same people trolling, are the same people creating a situation that could be considered dangerous.
Another one.
Like mother, like son, us
Exactly.
trolls create a dangerous situation. If someone has called a welfare check, that's not dangerous to anyone, only to your mum's reputation.
That's
As
all
a
it
bad
is.
mother and grandmother, which we all know, we don't need a welfare check to prove that.
For anyone, right? There's no dangerous situation here. There's been multiple welfare checks. There's never been an issue ever, each time.
Well, there
There's never
was.
been a problem, so people know they're doing it just to spite us or whatever their reason is. But what people don't realise is they don't know what's going on. They don't know the household. They don't know anything.
What are you?
But we do, though.
An idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich what?
An idiot sandwich, Chef Ramsay.
Really, Jack? Your mum has a boyfriend whose life is spread across TikTok.
Exactly.
And you have a mother who can't shut her mouth. So the dangerous situation is created by both of them only.
They're just calling police and wasting time. It's weird.
Talk about the time. You remember when the two police came for a welfare check and I recorded them?
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Why have we never seen this recording? Probably because the footage proves your story is nothing but a lie.
Talk about that.
Yeah, that one was one that annoyed me. Every single time the police have come, it's annoyed me. But the time they came here, we stopped answering the door at this point. Sometimes we would talk through the Ring camera or sometimes even talk through the window. Just out of the amount of times police are coming into our home for our work, it's just getting ridiculous at this point. It's intruding, it's weird.
Like to use the word weird a lot.
The police came, you told them from the window, basically you clarified everything, did what you're meant to do on a welfare check, you told them everything's fine, everything's okay.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Is that what Tuna's law degree told you? As I've said before, on a welfare check, the police need to see and speak to the person. They are there to see, not some unhinged woman at a windows.
They knew there was no reason to come into the house. However, instead of leaving, they decided to stick around and argue like they didn't have a uniform on. I didn't get involved. I was just listening from my window. Not as if I was up my window, but from my room I could hear the police. And there was two comments that they made that I just thought were too far and should not have been said, because what if a neighbour heard?
Tuna has told this story so many times, and it's different. You say to men Tuna said to women, which is it? I know the differences between male and females.
That's what I was
Funnily
thinking.
enough, just a couple of weeks later, if that, officers turned up at my house. I hadn't called them, so to begin with, I ignored them. But they were adamant to have someone open the door. They called me on my phone and they said I needed to go to the door as they are here for a welfare check. But thankfully, by this point, I had no trust in the police, and I refused to open the door.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
And it was first, well, it was essentially one comment split into two, but essentially he said, if you don't want welfare checks, there shouldn't be videos online of your boyfriend being a paedophile, of paedophilic nature. I believe he said paedophilic nature.
Yeah, right.
Why the you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God.
I was going to say, that's never came out.
Lying.
There is a big plot hole in that story, Jack. If they were speaking normally and you were upstairs, how did you hear the words they were saying?
Exactly.
Plus, if they were speaking normally, how would the neighbors hear? I can smell the bullshit from here.
Wow. Now, it's not as if he shouted it, but I heard it. So who's to say the neighbour whose window's right next to mine didn't hear it?
I was at my window and I never heard it because he
Also,
wasn't
you didn't hear
even
it.
at my window anymore. He'd gone round the other side of the house, out on the main street where he said it. So he wasn't even talking to me.
They were walking up and down the street as if as if it's like, come outside, open your door, or else. It was weird. Walking up and down the street as if you're not acting like the police. It's weird.
Stupid idiot. Stupid idiot!
How do you know what the cop was thinking? As
Exactly.
someone with experience in that field, there would be many logical reason. Phone call, observation of the property for risk. That's just 2 examples. I can give you 10 more reasons.
So with a lot of the stories we can tell about the police, if you hadn't have been with me at the time, do you think you would struggle to believe the things I say about the police?
Of course, I could tell.
I mean, look at some of the things you see about Kevin.
Just from this, about about lies and.
Looks like someone has been listening to Tuna's codcast.
A little bit too
we
much.
are about halfway through. This eye character needs to go for a breakdown, so my colleague will take over after this song.
To know what you've done to Jack, your narcissism has made him whack. Is it your weird only just can't live 'cause something has destroyed his brain?
Exactly, it's the things that it's just unbelievable.
As you can see there, so this person wants to advocate for mental health, but then mocks other people's mental health.
I know I've just taken over, but those 2 voices sound familiar. Is Jack Cummins Mr. Fell Off? Is Mr. Fell Off's mum actually Tuna? That will be a fun rumour to start.
So I'd say, my conclusion on the police, I've been very aware of the police and their narrative and what they really do and the corruption for a long time anyway.
Why are you the way that you are?
And I think the fact that I've witnessed it firsthand now, I understand that the police might not really know how to deal with the situation necessarily. It's sort of a new social media thing. We need laws in place. We need all these new things, right?
Like what?
Stop it. Get some help.
You've been listening to your mum's false narrative again, Jack. The laws are in place. but the police can only do so much.
Exactly.
It comes down to rules of evidence again. I wish the UK would do like America and allow ride-alongs. It was good showing the public how Vegas operated when on duty on his Crown Vic.
But I feel as if...
Would you agree that it is difficult for the police to deal with trolling, but a lot of what we report are people we know overcrossing the line, and the police aren't dealing with that?
You don't know them, though.
That's what I mean. No situation has ever been dealt with, even if it's a situation that's happened in real life off of social media. And the truth is, to be honest with you, I'm not shocked and I'm not surprised. I didn't expect anything to ever come from anything. I don't think, my personal opinion is, I don't think anything ever will come from anything with the police, because the police are people at the end of the day.
Well, obviously.
They have social media themselves. I know for a fact they have their own opinion on us. The fact...
Smithers, I'm beginning to think that Homer
You just can't
Simpson
make this up, can you?
was not the brilliant tactician I thought he was.
Maybe because, like Nitty, your mum keeps calling them to waste their time.
Exactly.
Maybe because if they have seen your mum, they remember her as this nutcase. But they will be professional every call.
They are biased. The fact... The police... If you haven't had situations with the police where they've lied or manipulated a situation or anything, then all I can say is don't completely disregard when someone tells you they do lie, because if it was you in a situation where you're fighting the truth against the police, you're going to realise and know how it feels to be fighting a battle you literally can't win.
This kid's definitely on crack right now. Crack kid's at it again, go!
Firstly, Tuna, I can hear your annoying voice. So Jack is obviously saying what you're telling him too. The way
Definitely,
you have
you can
just
tell.
described the police is exactly how Mummy Tuna would. That is the warped world Tuna lives in.
Right, so let's move on to trolling. So you've obviously seen and heard a lot of things that have been said about me that can't be nice to see.
Might not be
when it's
nice,
true.
but they are the truth, Tuna. Hi, Vegas. Tuna is about to start on you with lies. But before that, here are some nice words to describe you.
I mean, I know they call Vegas stalkers and that he's obsessed with them, but it's not the case. The way it sounds, or the way Tuna and Kevin go on about Vegas, they're the stalkers. And they're the ones obsessed with him. Because they can't seem to shut up about him.
So you talk about how does all this trolling make you feel?
See, this is the part that I would say angers me the most. And it's
Here we go.
probably from selfish thoughts and selfish feelings. But that's because although it's completely nothing to do with me, it's not as if it's ruining my life. Don't get me wrong, no one can control my life.
How would it be ruining your life?
No one's got that ability, but...
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Well, your mum and
But
now
I'm saying that if anyone can ruin someone's life, it's Kevin and Tuna.
this codcast is doing that. Jack, you really need to step back, separate your emotions, go look on TikTok and YouTube. See what
Exactly.
your mother has or hasn't done to you, Ellie. Leanne, you will be ashamed, angry and embarrassed.
I mean, look at some of the things that she said about Kevin in front of Jack. There's videos out there.
Some viewers may find the following
Like when she was
video
live on
disturbing.
Instagram.
Viewer discretion is advised.
It's made it a lot more difficult with the things that are going on mentally. What I think of myself, what I think of previous people that I might have seen on TikTok. It's been a very weird, strange time. But I would say with the trolls, I can understand any level of trolling is wrong. But I would say, if I'm 100% honest, I can understand trolling to a degree, in the sense you can take the piss out of someone to a certain level and it can be fine. It can just be, yeah, it's a bit of a nasty comment, but whatever.
Oh,
That's
wow.
criticism. You're going to be criticised. Not everyone likes you.
That's what
Deal
they
with it
want
if you
stopped.
can't deal with it.
That's what Tuna and Kevin want stopped. Everyone to not have an opinion against them. Because that's all trolling is someone's opinion. And because they don't like that opinion, they want all of it stopped.
Get off. Simple as that. 'Cause
Well, done Jack for saying something sensible. But it was ruined by a load of tuna waffle. You were right in saying if you don't like it, then get off the app. All the while your own mother and partner are being a pair of bitches on different apps crying
Exactly.
about trolling. But you ruin it by talking about the trolls. We're taking the piss, yes, but also raising awareness. If your mum and Nitty stop lying, making false accusations and stop being narcissistic, annoying, trampy, unwashed, diseased, skanky, pond scum, none of us would need to do or say anything.
Exactly.
everyone at the top has dealt with it.
If he didn't create some of the all the drama that Kevin created, he wouldn't be on my channel. I wouldn't give him a second look.
But then when you take it to a level of you're making Reddits and you're exposing addresses and making a mockery of somebody's home, it's more a deep personal level. It's not really, it's TikTok trolling, but...
So you think that's more than trolling?
If you don't like it, that's tough shit.
Exactly.
You know?
So
delete
Tuna has
it.
made you go for every single person who don't like her or Nitty. Well, maybe if their brains worked and their mouths shut up and they use things like soap, water, deodorant, a hoover, change their clothing daily, cleaned up after themselves, there wouldn't be any of these groups.
There wouldn't be.
Think of it as if there could be thousands of people, hundreds of people, tens of people, whatever it is, trolling, doing all the nasty stuff they're doing. Picture that in a sense of a house on a street with tens, hundreds, thousands of people surrounding that house, shouting abuse, doing everything they're doing, with people sat inside.
Maybe that is what it will take for your mum and Nitty to learn. Or for you and Ellie to see what a pair of vile wrong guns they are and how she neglected you as her own children.
Yeah.
View it in a way where it's not a social media world. View it in a way where somebody's actually being affected by it. I would say a big part of the past year, or however long it's been, don't even know anymore, it's strange because I view everything as everything happens for a reason, good or bad. I've not decided whether the situation is necessarily good or bad ultimately because it's not ended yet. We'll see what the ending is.
What the fuck is that? What's wrong? You been taking them dick pills again?
But I think, although there's a lot of bad to say, I'd say the good taken out of it is character development within myself. So I've viewed a lot of behaviour online. I've viewed the way grown men have acted, grown women have acted. I've seen a lot of stuff, and it's made me more open-minded to view myself in a more criticising way.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Really, Jack? Maybe sit and watch videos of your own mother's behaviour before
Exactly.
you start criticising others.
But the moment he does, and he confronts Tuna, that's it. She'll start saying, oh, it's all fake and doctored.
But the biggest thing I'd say is the hardest part was everything made me question myself, which is weird because, again, it's not like it was to do with me.
Exactly, so why would you question yourself?
In the beginning of all the trolling and when I was aware of everything being said, and it wasn't even just you, it was the family as a whole, everything was just being spoken about, whatever. It made me feel like...
Oh, Brian, your fur is so soft. Oh, your ears are like dog ears. Oh, this couch. Stewie, Your head is so smooth. How is that even? How you doing that? How you doing that? Oh, everything here is fantastic. These clothes.
I didn't know there was a striptease in this. By Peter Griffin.
I'm supposed to intervene. I'm supposed to do something here. There's something I'm meant to be able to do.
Yes, you should be saying, Mum, get rid of that stinky tiny dick of a boyfriend.
Exactly.
Then go check in the Priory, Mum, as you need serious help.
To not fix everything, but just make some sort of difference in the situation. But the problem is, I didn't necessarily see any way of me doing that without me, one, looking like a bad person, or two,
I wouldn't care, me.
even knowing how to go about it.
Honestly,
which just
if I was in Jack's position, I would straight up tell him, look, you need to get rid of him. It's either your kids or it's him. But mine, she would probably pick him, because she has done in the past.
It was all just a pride thing. Any time I did anything out of anger or anything like that, or emotion, was just pride. It was, I didn't know what was somebody else thinking of me. But I'd say after a while, you start to realise that, first of all, no one might have been thinking anything of me, because again, I'm not involved. It's just what I was thinking.
Exactly, what's the point in
But
this
it made me
podcast?
realise it doesn't really matter. It matters to me to a certain degree, because you want your credibility. You want to be... It's not even about wanting to be liked. I just want to be known for who I am. You don't have to like me. It's as simple as that.
In all seriousness, I do worry about Tuna's kids. They are adults and what they have experienced in life because of their own mother. This has put a really warped impression of life in young adults starting their adult journey.
But...
Make it fair.
Exactly. Don't assume, don't judge, don't... It's just weird to me.
But it's what people do, judge on what they see. And this is why Kevin gets so much hate.
In the world, 2023, nearly 2024, with everything going on, everyone talks about equality, but then you've got this platform where everyone's just using it to hate, which, believe me, I understand you could be sitting there thinking this is just a bit of fun.
But it's not.
I'm sure I've sat there and watched YouTube videos, and in my head I'm thinking, I'm ridiculing the whole time. It's a bit of fun. But then when you're now in the position where you're experiencing that, it puts you in a perspective where you understand even the small level of trolling. Now,
but I bet you...
Obviously...
I bet you at some point Jack would have trolled someone. Same with Tuna, same with... Well, we know Tuna and Kevin do, but same with the rest of them. Every single person on this planet has trolled someone in one way or another. Or shall I say a grown... somebody who's able to. You know, has the mental capacity to troll someone. Not like a baby. But you know who I mean. You know the kind of people I mean.
I only see what comes up on my phone on TikTok, or what I overhear in conversation, or just something like that. I'm not really... I've never been somebody to involve myself in anything, right? I'm very to myself.
You don't know the actual extremities
No.
of trolling that I deal with, do you?
Not everything, no. Not everything. And that's crazy to me, because what I do know is enough. That's the crazy
Saying
part.
that, I have just sort of filled you in.
Well, no, yeah.
Emotional, damn it!
What you mean, Tuna, is that you brainwash Jack? With your own warped
Exactly.
sense of trolling when what actually is happening is you are being confronted with the truth?
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
But then I would say, so it's like you told me about a man stalking you. I remember, actually, you were telling me you get the phone calls or something, and it's breathing or...
You serious?
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
And I remember, actually, it's quite funny, but you weren't making a TikTok, but you had like TikTok opened on your phone, and then do you remember we heard the breathing on the phone, and you were so paranoid about this man, you thought something was bugging on your phone because you didn't realise you had accidentally recorded, yeah. And then obviously I realised and I told you, but that just made me realise.
Without that man in my life, you wouldn't have.
You never would have put it to that. You never would have. Obviously, it's a funny story. It's stupid. It's whatever. But
just imagine.
You were spot on.
Just imagine if you never took Kevin in, or if you just broke up with him the first time when you were supposed to have, and you stayed broken up, you wouldn't be trolled as much.
It's a made-up story. Do I have to bring another receipt and recording from WhatsApp to expose the line Tuna? Tuna had sent Vegas a vile text message, so Vegas called her. Tuna decided to try and live stream the call, but Vegas was advised, so he set a trap. He waited for Tuna to come off, then called again. Surprise, surprise, Tuna started broadcasting again. So tell the truth, bitch.
It just goes to show that stalker wasn't in your head in the sense that he has control, but more so in the sense look at the effect that you're having on an actual person.
Aquaman.
The thing I find the most weird, this goes for any stalker, obviously, again, when you hear about a story, see a story on YouTube or something like that, it's entertaining. When you experience it, and not that I'm experienced the stalking, but when somebody in your life does experience that, and you're in a position where you feel as if you should do something about that, but really and truly, what am I supposed to do about that? Without me being a bad person, right?
I'm waiting for it. No one cares. Brilliant.
Shut up in the background, telling Jack what to say, Tuna. Maybe the police didn't say anything, as they have seen every little detail of what you have said
Exactly.
and done to me, and that you still do, proving you're nothing but a bullshit.
So
she's a stalker herself.
It puts me in a position where I feel obviously not useless as in within myself, but useless within the situation. And I just question, first of all, I want to know, how old is this man stalking?
Same age as me.
Okay, so that's question number one answered. And I can say to that, strange. I think everyone listening, strange, right? So that's strange.
Even trolls think.
Yeah, that's strange. This is what I'm saying. There's different degrees, and the things I say is the different levels of trolling, because there's trolling that to a degree I understand, there's trolling that's going a bit too far, and then there's beyond trolling, and you're actually a bit of a psychopath. You need a bit of help.
Bit like your mother.
You need to be saying that to your own mother.
Exactly.
And it's beyond now. It's beyond. They're the people that I think the police should focus on. The trolls online,
Ugly.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Oh God.
Ugly.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Ugly.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
So all trolls are ugly. I guess you haven't used a mirror since 1997.
I know, I don't think I'm
Get rid
ugly.
of that, but do you know what? Like I said earlier, it's character development.
Yeah, maybe going bald, but I think I've got some nice qualities.
These people you see at the top, look at them now.
Yeah.
They've built from that, right? You do build from it. So in a way, that's actually still positive.
Well done.
Right? So, but then when you take it to this level of stalking, I imagine it as myself. I like...
These idiots do know what a stalker is, don't they? You know, where they're turning up at your house or sending you letters or actually stalking you. As in, following you around. idiot.
Put myself in other people's shoes. So
Try Kevin's then, as they are about 3 sizes too big for him.
I think let's say I'm 40, just 40, right? I'm 40 plus, whatever. I've got nothing better to, have I not got a wife to be catering to? Have I not got a child to be seeing to? Have I not got a career to be dealing with? I'm spending all my time stalking.
You realize you just described your own mum.
I'm picking up my phone, I'm dialing a number, and I'm breathing into the phone, and then hanging up.
Who's done that?
Social services, phoning schools, police welfare checks. He's got all this time and to do it to 2 of us.
And
it's a lot of time, isn't it?
Shut the up.
Oh, God.
Shut the up. You're a stupid. Suck my dick.
As you can hear, Tuna in the background talking shit, encouraging Jack in what to say.
So I'm trying to, the part I can't imagine.
You didn't know all of this though, did you?
No, but the part I can't imagine is, what feeling do you get from doing that? Does that make you feel like a man to stalk somebody?
I like to think me and you would never know what that would feel like.
Well, I wouldn't know what that feels like, but what I do know is that some people are very strange. And I think
some people are very strange, of course.
Those people that are doing the sort of trolling that I consider just whatever, you're just in, just whatever, you're having a bit of fun, I don't care, whatever. Either at least keep it that way or just stop, one or the other. At least keep it. And don't go beyond that, at least.
Whilst you're live, when he comes off live.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Bar for women.
Oh no.
Please call the DWP. I'm stuck in here.
More Tuna lies. Tuesday and Wednesday I'm on a mental health course. Other days I'm video editing. And I'm normally in the lives of Americans at 2 a.m. chatting, so more proof you're a bullshitter.
If you want to, let's say there's a funny...
I mean, Vegas doesn't half come back with some proof. It's good. It's good that he has receipts for everything.
Side joke about Kevin that Kevin doesn't necessarily like, but it isn't to the point of saying nonce where it's an accusation.
I told you not to battle that Dinlo because he speaks to children.
I mean, he's even admitted that's why he gets banned all the time.
You shouldn't be saying that, mate. That's slander.
It's true, though.
Yeah, join in with it. Join in with it. Take the piss out of him, whatever. Cool, that's funny. But now when you want to go to the next level of attacking a home, stalking someone, putting all their information online, it's not trolling, you're obsessed. And you are a fan.
I don't think so. I could stop screen recording Kevin like that.
You serious?
You're an obsessed fan. It's really look at somebody that's successful as a celebrity. They have crazy diehard fans, and look at the things that they do to get their attention or anything like that.
True.
I understand someone would come back and say, well, it's not the same thing because they're hating on Kevin. I get that. But ultimately, it's the same thing, right? The actions are the same.
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Very.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
That is complete Tuna logic. A celebrity stalker wants their adulation, their love, to be close to them. U.S. trolls want the opposite. Basically, we want you to
Kevin
shut up
gone. Exactly.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Still just as nuts.
And there is some level of what Kevin used to say, haters make me greater, to some degree,
God.
yes.
He still sees it.
Of course. The cringy way of putting it, But it's the truth, right?
No. Not the truth.
What is that? Sheep, is it? It's cows? No, I know what it is. It's bullshit.
It's I don't know, I just think if you're trolling Kevin because of these stupid accusations that have gone about, or you're trolling because you've got nothing better to do, or something like that, then honestly you're just in the wrong, and it just shows the type of person that you must be. Because
Really?
anyone else viewing, if you're just laughing along,
Just means we
even
don't like
taking the
him?
piss a bit, you don't even have to like him.
You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you.
Can't stand him.
But why sit there and watch a live for half an hour to an hour?
I think somebody's all them
Yeah. Have you not got? I don't sit there and I don't watch his lives I don't watch his lives. So I'm playing I'm doing whatever I'm doing, right?
Yeah, living your life.
I'm doing whatever I'm doing. Meanwhile, you people are watching a man hating.
Well, if you don't watch and see what he does, then the only person to blame for not understanding what's going on is yourself, Jack.
Could even be older than Kevin, the same age, younger. If you're younger, that's what I'm saying. The younger audience, I can kind of understand. It's immature, right? It's more silly. It's more whatever. Kids will be kids. Some of them take it too far, but kids will be kids. But when you're a grown man, do you never... Me personally, if I do something and somebody tells me, oh, you might have been wrong for that, I'll sit there and I'll consider, could I have been wrong for that? And if I was wrong for that, I'll just rectify it.
Yeah.
But for some
You'd
reason, all these
rectify
people
it.
are just more focused on being big, tough, and creating a name for themselves.
Are you stupid or something?
These the tuna Amber heard inside Jack speaking. The me. Everyone else is to blame. Everyone else is the problem complex.
So you've sort of like explained trolls on a keyboard warrior side, and then how it oversteps the mark and goes into stalking. What about all these people on TikTok that are bullying? I've just shown you the recording of Tyrone.
Oh, shut
Talk a little
up.
bit about Tyrone.
See, Tyrone is a man that I dislike because obviously I don't know Tyrone personally. I don't...
Stop it. Get some help.
So if you don't know
So
him
you have based your
personally,
opinion on a clip Tuna showed you. We all can bet which one, and I'm
Yeah.
sure Tuna ranted for a while about there is a term for that. It's called mental conditioning, where you're manipulated into feeling negative or positive about things. Proof Tuna manipulates her own kids.
I don't know what he's like off camera. I don't know if he's a character. I don't know. All I know is from what I've seen that he's said about your situation, or anything that he's incited by what he said, whether that be violence or even if they're throwaway comments.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Tyrone is just Tyrone, not a character. This just proves
Just
the
like me.
levels of manipulation Tuna will go to. This shows how dangerous she is. This is
It
why
does.
she is not safe around her own children or granddaughter.
If you're a man that claims to be as famous as you are, to be as well known as you are,
Like
why do
Kevin.
you not know how to use your platform properly?
Yeah.
Are you stupid or something?
Tyrone doesn't claim to be famous. Plus, he uses his platform properly, unlike your mother who uses it to lie, spread false information, to target people through vile lies, to say dangerous things about mental health.
That's a bit weird to me. Because me personally, if I had a platform, I'm going to train myself into how can I really use this to encourage the youth to do something good.
I don't know if you're aware of the situation between Tyrone and Kevin, but Tyrone doesn't like Kevin. He can't stand Kevin.
Who does?
Tyrone's
Nobody
the
likes
one that keeps
Kevin.
going to him. So
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
No, Tuna, it's Kevin. That keeps going pestering people to battle again. They all have admitted and shown proof of Kevin harassing them.
what do you think that's
exactly.
Because Tyrone's not stupid. Tyrone knows how to make money. Tyrone knows how to get views. And Tyrone is smarter than anybody watching him. That's the truth. That's why he's in the position he's in.
No.
The sad truth is that nobody can see.
He's in the position, Tyrone's in the position he's in because he produces good content and good music. Kevin doesn't.
through Tyrone. Nobody can see the small manipulative comments that he makes.
What this situation requires is a whole lot more than you shutting your mother ass up.
No one can see a grown man inciting hate, violence, and just disruption on a female's life and her family's.
And look at what Kevin's done. Look at what Kevin's done to Tuna. Released a video of her attacking him. He's also trying to get people fired by doxing them and having people go for them at the jobs. Again, all women. Look at the things Kevin said to women about when they deserve to be DV'd and they deserve the chronic pain they're in. And you think that's acceptable?
Angry. And I will try and word this the best I can. How the dare you make those accusations, Jack? When your own skanky mother has incited hate, has spread lies,
Exactly.
has tried to get people to target and harass others. Now, I don't totally blame you, but I blame the whore that gave birth to you. I'm angry because anyone with a single functioning brain cell can see how badly her narcissistic personality has totally manipulated and warped the way you think and what to say.
And as a grown man...
Between him and Kevin.
Exactly. As a grown man, I just think, me personally, I'd be embarrassed. That's the best way to put it.
I'd be embarrassed to call her mother.
So yeah, you've obviously just played me the video.
Let alone
of
girlfriend.
Tyrone reacting to Kevin being the best word approached by Aggie and Tommy, I make muscle.
Do you want to speak on a bit?
Yeah, of course.
Which Kevin assaulted him first. Yeah, Aggie bumped into him, but that was just an innocent bump. It was Kevin that was pushing and spitting in his face.
From the reaction that Tyrone gave, first of all, instantly realised, just like any other influencer, really, this guy's a joke man, right? Because you're a grown man commenting on 3 grown men having an altercation, which wasn't even an altercation. It was 2 men bullying another.
She's telling him what to say.
It was to the point.
Did you hear that there? She actually whispered, and I heard what she said. Bullying a man. No, it wasn't.
Of embarrassment, it's
Part of this
Would you please shut the hell up?
Firstly, that's not bullying, it's only bullying. Because Tuna says it is. Secondly, do some research into what Kevin has said and done to them.
Exactly. Even after Tommy helped him.
I got the impression that Aggie or I Make Muscle are pressuring Kevin. Maybe that's the mindset they're in.
Gotcha!
How?
Hepatitis C! Joke's on you, I already got it. Meningitis!
And let's not forget that Kevin is considerably way older than Aggie, Tyrone and Tommy. He's 45 this year.
Carrier! Gonorrhea! Patient 0. You're gonna have to do better than that. I don't know, Joe, that's it. We're out of known diseases.
We're going to pressure you. But I can't understand that, because to me that gives off the vibe of I'm a big tough bad man. In the sense that...
That's how Kevin was trying to act.
Taking something from a social media platform that is online to go in out of your way in your day to make sure you're in the same location as another grown man.
And?
To what? To not even... You're not even really there to just beat him up because you didn't.
Would have been
You're
funny
not
if
there
they
to create
did.
content. You're not really there. You're there to just wind up and antagonize and create a situation that you know is going to make somebody else look bad.
Oh, boo!
I know.
Let me play a sad song for you on
there
the
it
world's
is.
smallest violin.
Pathetic. Can't I believe this has been on for over an hour? It doesn't feel like an hour.
Some viewers may find
Time
the
flies when you're
video
having fun.
disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
So my question is just more, what is the point? What's the point?
Could it be that they're threatened by Kevin?
No. They're successful. Kevin's not.
threatened in what sense? Like
Social media world.
No. Like I said, they're successful, he's not.
I personally think, I don't even think it's as deep as that. I honestly think people aren't deep in it the same way it's being deeped by us, in the way that they're just doing whatever makes a quick buck.
But why is Kevin that quick? What is it? How is that?
Because Kevin's the name that gets the views.
No, it's not.
Why?
I think it's because of Kevin's reactions.
No.
Everyone knows Kevin's going to react. So if you see a video that involves Kevin, you might stick around because Kevin's going to react.
That's completely wrong.
And that's what people know. And I think that's...
People watch my videos because they like my reaction, as they keep telling me. Not because of Kevin. Well, that's just completely false, what Jack's saying.
But people take advantage, not in the same...
No, it's because we hope Kevin is going to get the karma he deserves,
Yeah.
which is long overdue.
Exactly. They're taking advantage of Kevin because Kevin's a grown man, and Kevin
Exactly, he's a grown
should
man.
be able to deal with that and communicate that himself. But I would say, even though I don't view it as... It's bullying in a sense. If I look at it from a man's perspective, it is, but it's not.
If you're asking to be left alone for me...
No, of course. Well, because it becomes... I'm not being funny. It's like... Nobody wants that situation. I don't want that situation. Nobody wants a situation where... Even if it's one person, the fact it was even two people, one person would even be enough. No one wants an altercation altogether. But the fact you're even teamed up.
And you see Kevin in real life, you know he's quite a small guy, right? He's not as...
Is referred to
I'm
each
taller than
and
him.
every week by all of these Jerichoholics. As what? What's he talking about? As a word that rhymes...
It's not the size of the man. It's the size of the bite you can give.
Wussy.
And it's not even
Exactly,
about
a
that.
wussy.
It's about... Does it make you feel big to make somebody who isn't violent, somebody who isn't like that...
He is violent?
To feel, not scared necessarily, but to feel the need to scream the way he did. But then Tyrone chose to manipulate that and make it sound like Kevin was being aggressive.
Yeah.
Hey, look at Kevin straight away.
Oh, man tried fading Aggie. What the fuck was that?
Exactly, there you go.
Okay, Jack Amber Heard, we have all seen this video, so which is? Is the video all lies, or are you seeing Nitty being aggressive? I really hope you haven't inherited your mother's delusional brain.
And use it for content.
But if you ask me, if you listen to it, that doesn't sound like a man. If a man was screaming out like me like that, I wouldn't be scared of him. I'd be thinking, Jesus, I've pushed you.
But what would you do if somebody comes to you and was being abusive about your girlfriend? What should Kevin have...
Well, exactly. Let's say it's a situation off of TikTok. There's...
What does Xerxes eat? Rodents. Now, if you'll excuse me. Peter, make him stop! Hey, what do you got going on down there, Quagmire? You got a rodent situation? No! Well, Xerxes seems to think there is. Get him off, Peter! Admit you got a rodent in there. Peter! Admit it! Oh, you scared him out the front. Tony, come back!
Firstly, I thought Tuna didn't get affected by the word tuna.
I know.
What a lying tuna fish she is. Secondly, he was saying Nitty's breath stinks of tuna. We know Nitty don't brush his teeth, so his breath does probably stink of tuna. Lastly, Nitty isn't a man, he is a pussy.
No social media. Let's look at a real world situation, which I know these people aren't going and having. They're doing it all on TikTok.
It wouldn't happen on TikTok. If Kevin could actually get off TikTok.
Go up to a man without your camera, without anything. Find somebody who looks like he can throw a punch, who looks like he will want to throw a punch, and disrespect his girlfriend. Don't have any cameras and we'll see what happens.
Who's to say that you go confront someone that even have a girlfriend?
An idiot sandwich.
And who's to say that Aggie was even talking about tuna? He says your breath smells like tuna. Could well and truly do smell like tuna.
It's not about going up to a stranger and insulting that man's girlfriend. It's about Nitty and your tuna mother not being able to shut their mouth.
Exactly.
So when your mother and Nitty learn to shut their lying mouth, then expect them both to have. Everyone going for them?
But no, you want to go to a man with your cameras and get all the views and disrespect for no reason whatsoever.
Oh, boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Pathetic.
Not because you're tough and want to fight, but because you want to make someone look bad and better your own name.
Are you stupid or something?
That's how you making yourself look good.
Exactly. And I don't see the point in that.
Just make yourself look good.
Exactly. And why does Tyrone feel the need to... Tyrone's not even... It's not even like he did anything like what I Show Muscle, whatever his flipping name is, and Aggie did. He more just reacts, I think, right? And just
That's
says
exactly what I do.
Tyrone has been doing TikTok goggle box for a long time. Only Tuna Skank has a problem because she hates the truth about her.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. She doesn't like it because it's been turned to her.
Some viewers may
But
find
what do
the
they
following
expect?
video disturbing. Viewer discretion is
The way they
advised.
go on.
Why not? Would it not make you more of a man to turn around to, I don't know if these are your colleagues or your friends, how you view them, but would it not be better to turn around and say, hang on a minute, how is this affecting our image?
I don't think they care.
Because you might be entertaining people, but you've got to think to yourself, you're being entertained by this right now, but if you were the one that was the entertainment, how would you feel?
None of them are dating or would date a narcissistic, lying, smelly, manipulative, skanky, bitch-faced, druggy, with turkey teeth who couldn't tell the truth if it smacked her in the face. And she needs that smack badly.
So I'd say, really, to sum up in a conclusion, I could talk more about it. I could say a lot more.
Well, you can.
Well, no, I will say a lot more about it, but for now, I was close it up as I think that trolling in the comment section, I don't care about. But as soon as you now want to go personal with things, as soon as you want to...
Well, he makes it personal.
...into real life, as soon as you want to do that sort of thing, it's a whole different level. You're now creating a situation...
So Kevin doxing someone just to try and get them fired. That's okay, is it?
...where people could feel threatened, intimidated.
And many do. Many do.
And the truth is, you don't really know how someone might act or react to feeling that way. You're coming with the impression we're going to troll you and do whatever, but you're taking the risk and chance that a situation doesn't turn worse. And I think, like I say, all of it over TikTok is one thing and acceptable to a certain degree, but taking it to real life, taking it to someone's family, taking it to someone's livelihood is a whole different story, and I think anyone that's doing that should be embarrassed.
This podcast is just pathetic.
Thanks for that in closing. That was extremely funny. Especially when the person you should be directing that ad was sat next to you the whole time.
Exactly.
So we're just going to close it up. There is going to be a part 2 because
oh no,
we'd like a little say on Tommy, I Make Muscle and Aggie, and I think, like you just said, you've got a bit more to say. Could you, anybody that's being trolled themselves on social media, could you give them any advice on how to handle trolling?
What advice could he give?
Advice on how to handle trolling. It's not like I've experienced trolling firsthand, but
Exactly.
What I would say, in the honest truth, is acknowledge that trolling exists, acknowledge that hate exists, and acknowledge that you're not necessarily always right. People aren't always going to agree.
Well, obviously.
And so I would say, as soon as you recognise that a certain level of trolling is acceptable, then you can use that trolling to grow from it, like I mentioned earlier. And that's the best thing you can do, is if you let yourself deteriorate or become depressed or whatever might happen from trolling, then at the end of the day, all I can say is that you lost and the people won. I would say just, you know who you are. If you're affected by the trolling, what people are saying, maybe that's because it's true. If it's not true, carry on doing what you're doing. But also, like I said, be aware. If people are taking the piss out of something, first of all, laugh along with it. That's the best thing you can do. And second of all,
I just ignore it.
Learn from it. Don't do the same stupid mistake again. Don't go on social media looking like an idiot. Present yourself nicely.
Why not tell this to Kevin?
Show the real you. Don't make yourself look like an idiot, is the best thing I can say. Some people do it as a character and it works well, but it doesn't work for everyone. So I would just say, either stay away from it if you can't handle it, or take the positive from any situation. Because trolling, like I say, isn't being abused online. Trolling isn't being stalked. That's a different level. That's...
Jesus, is he going to shut up?
Level.
Right, excellent. So we'll get on to part 2. Thanks very much for talking,
I hope
Jack.
not.
You've done really, really well. Thank you.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
I know. Proper pathetic. Right, so that was part 7. God. Both the voices do my head in. Just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, I've got another one to do, so I'll catch you in the next one.